All right, looks like I'm live and I'm a little bit early, so I'll give you guys a few minutes to come on in and join me. I've got a cute little box treat for you today and a story behind it too. All right, we'll just wait and see who joins us. Hey, thanks for joining me. I see you guys. Hey. Hi, Darlene. I'm so glad to see you here. I've got a cute little box treat for us today. I thought this would make a fun table favor for Christmas. And it's got a story behind it too. Hi, Becky. I'm glad you're here. Yay. All right. I'm going to start with my little story and then we'll get started crafting, see who else joins us. So this is the box that we're going to make today with the Hang Your Stockings stamp set. And what happened was, okay, I just got back from on stage and it's been crazy. I got back Sunday night, I had a class Monday night, I had a coffee and a card Wednesday night, and I had a class last night. So I have been going like crazy. And when I was thinking about what I wanted to do for Facebook Live today, I was like, you know what? I'm going to take a look at the onstage make and take that my upline gave us. So this was the onstage make and take from my upline. And these were the materials. And I said, you know what a cute little box, but I want it so that I can open it and close it. I didn't want to glue it all shut. So I made a couple of modifications. And now I've got my little box, and I'll show you why. I had this harebrained idea that I needed to put Hershey's Kisses in this box, but then not just the Hershey's Kisses, but I needed to decorate the bottoms of them, you see? So when people at my Christmas Eve table dump out their candies, because you want something sweet after dinner, they'd have another little special surprise. And I used to do this a lot with those little Hershey Kiss treats where you could see them in the box. So the ribbon is sandwiched on with the little element, and the box now opens and closes, so they don't have to ruin the box to get to the treat. So that was kind of my adjustment. So I'm making this little box so that I can, kind of make it my own. I don't have the Merry Mistletoe stamp set. You liked that special surprise with the little designer series paper on the back of those. And I don't have this Merry Mistletoe stamp set, but I have Hang Your Stockings, and I love it. So I adjusted the stockings. But here's the crazy part of my story. Are you guys ready? So I've been stamping since... oh my gosh, this is going to be too much information. It's give away my age. I've been stamping since 1997, and some places in my house it looks like I've been stamping since 1997, and I do not have an 1.5-inch circle punch. I spent forever looking. I checked all my Stampin' Up stuff, and I have an 1.25 inches, an 1 3/8, and I have 2 inches, and I have 2 1/4, but not an 1.5 inches. And this garden green is an 1.5 inches, which matches the smallest stitched circle perfectly. So I had to get really creative, and I pulled out this pinking circle, which also matches the little stitch circle perfectly, from my retired Baker's Box die. So it's this one right here. So I was forced in many ways to get creative in order to bring my little table favor of Hershey's Kisses to life. So that's my story. We'll get started with the project in just a minute, but I'm wondering if maybe you guys would like to see some of the little special things I brought back from on stage. Maybe a sneak peek at the new Occasions catalog. What do you think? I'm going to grab my stamp sets, the things that I got for Prize Patrol and Center Stage and all attendees gifts and in our tote bag, and I'm going to show you some stuff that's coming next year, okay? This is what I found in my tote bag when I registered for Onstage. It's called Picture Perfect Birthday, and all attendees got this one when they registered, and I am just crazy in love with it. It's part of a beautiful suite with fantastic designer series paper, awesome embellishments. This is probably my number 1 favorite item and suite in the catalog. Well, maybe number 2. This is probably my number 2 favorite. I can't wait for you to see it. All right, so that's Picture Perfect Birthday. This is another all attendees gift that we got. This one's called Lovely Wishes, and it's a beautiful swirly tulip set, perfect for spring. I don't know about you, but I'm ready for some spring. And I love the font and the greetings in these. You're one of a kind. You warm my heart. Wishing you a lovely day. You warm my heart. I've already got ideas about how this might work with the Smitten Mitten to kind of combine and make a cute little wintry Valentine. And speaking of Valentines, this is a prize patrol that I got. It's called Heart Happiness, and it's a stamp set that coordinates with a brand new suite that's coming. And you'll see a lot of this from me pretty soon as I get started with my Valentines. And this coordinates with Sweet and Sassy framelits and with a new die set that's coming in the coordinating suite. And then last but not least, I am fortunate enough, because of my fantastic customers and my amazing downline, my very supportive family, to be a leader with Stampin' Up! And the leaders were treated to this stamp set called Flying Home from the new catalog. And this was awarded to us at Center Stage, where we got a little extra pampering. Hi, Julie, are you well? I'm back from Center Stage, from on stage. I've missed you. I know, right? The bow, Becky, on the, oh, let me pull that one back in here. This gift bow is the best thing ever. Okay, I was playing with it. Hang on, I think it's across the table though. But I was just playing with it a little bit and thinking that this could make kind of a cute little birthday box. So this was what I was doing with this. I made it with sweet sugar plum and cut it out with a 1 1/4 inch circle punch and matted it with 1 3/8. And I thought, how cute would that be if we made a little birthday box? So maybe you'll see something like that from me. But that's the little bow stamped, a little 2-step stamp. I can't wait to get my Stamparatus for lining that up. All right, so those are some little sneak peeks from on stage. I hope you liked the I don't know, the spoiler, I guess. And this is the project we're making. Looks like a few more have joined us. We're going to make this fun little candy treat box with a fun surprise inside. So I made it so that it was reclosable, because I'm going to put these at my table on Christmas Eve, and inside are little Hershey's Kisses. But I made sure to dress up the Hershey's Kisses just a little bit. And I wanted the people to be able to get in there, get their sweet treat after dinner, but then to still have the box and have it be useful instead of tearing in. So I decided to close it up with some ribbon that's sandwiched underneath this little element here. All right, so we'll get those guys back in there and we'll get started. Hey, so do you guys know that online extravaganza is coming up? Hey, Jackie, I'm going to call you after this, I promise. I know we haven't talked in a long time. I'm glad you're here. All right, so that's how that works. 8 little kisses fit in there, and then you can just tie the box right back up. And I thought, since we're using this Christmas Quilt Designer Series paper, we're going to make these all different. So this next one, I'm going to use this kind of Nordic pattern and the garden green ribbon again. But we'll stick to this little hang your stockings. I love this little guy. Thank you. It was the supplies that Angie gave us for a make and take, and I just wanted a box that was not glued shut. So I modified a little bit, used the things that I have, and came up with this little guy. And they'll be table favors for my Christmas Eve dinner. All right, so let's get started. What I used for this, I told you before about my sad story about not having a 1 1/2 inch circle punch anywhere. So I used the baker's box Thinlits. It is retired, but I wanted this little pinking circle that maps the stitched circle perfectly. Then I used my Stitched Shapes framelits, and this is the smallest circle from the Stitched Shapes. Hey, Kathy, how are you? Happy Thanksgiving, my friend. I'm glad you're here. We're using the Hang Your Stocking stamp set and Real Red ink and Garden Green ink. All right, so let me get started here. I'm going to bring in the Simply Score tool, and we're going to score this designer series paper. And this is from the what is this one called? Quilted Christmas Designer Series paper stack. And I just did a stamp a stack class with this, so I've got tons of little scraps left. So I'm going to take those first, and before I stamp, I'm going to get a 3/4 inch circle punch, and I'm going to punch 8 little circles for the bottom of my kisses. So I'm going to do that. And I like to make sure that the design is kind of cute on the bottom, and they're just scraps anyway, so I'm getting a little tree right in there. So there's 2. And then of course we got to do some of this pretty quilt paper. Okay, so while I'm punching circles, I should tell you about the online extravaganza starting on the 20th of November. That's Monday. Stampin' Up! Is going to be offering 20% off tons of stamp sets. I will put the list on Facebook and on my blog, and so you can print it off and take a look and be prepared. But it is a one-day sale. It's a flash sale, 24 hours only. Lots of stamp sets, lots of savings, but it's only for a limited time. On the 20th, there will also be bunches of accessories that are going on sale. And the accessories will be on sale from the 20th to the 26th, and they will also be listed on the printable list that I will link to on Facebook when we're done here, and post on the blog today, so that you guys can get a head start and make your plans for online extravaganza. Okay, so I've got my 8 little circles, all different quilted patterns from my scraps, and my Simply Score tool. And what we're gonna do for this little box is, it's a 6x6 paper, so you can use those little stacks. Look at this. Little gold foil tabs. I didn't use them on a project. They were rejected. All right. So you can make either 4 of these little boxes from one designer series paper sheet, 12 by 12, or you can make them from all those little 6x6 stacks that you have laying around. So this is what we're making. And to get this box out of the 6x6 sheet, you're going to score at 1 inch all the way around. So just rotate through all 4 sides. I love this. It's such an easy little box. And then when you've got it on the side that you want, so you make sure if you've got a directional pattern, you like the direction of your pattern, then score at 2.5 and at 3.5. And trust me, you don't want to score at 3 3/8. Don't ask how I know that. All right, so I've got my box, and it's all scored up properly, 1 inch all the way around. And then if you've got a directional pattern, put your pattern in the way you want the direction to go. Like for instance, let me show you this one. Oh my gosh, if you saw the mess around here, you guys would die. But this one's even still attached to the ribbon bolt. But so if you've got a directional pattern and you want to make sure that that pattern goes in the direction that you want it to show on your box when you score at 2.5 and 3.5. Clear as mud? All right, so that's a fun little birthday version that I had kind of started. All right, back to our little Christmas table favor. I've got a bone folder, and we're gonna fold each of these backwards first. So I'm gonna use the Nordic pattern, so I wanna work the scores backwards first. So if the pattern cracks as the fiber of the paper stretches, it'll happen inside the box. So I always go inside out and then right side in. Especially with paper that's printed, because you just never know. The fibers stretch and then the pattern can crack. Like here, do you see at where those score lines intersect? So might as well have that happen inside your box. Then flip it around and turn it right side in. So is anybody hosting Thanksgiving? Because these would make really, really cute Thanksgiving table favors. And you can get 4 of them out of 112 by 12 paper. It's a great way to use up your scraps too with all those little circles. Okay, so here we go. So we've got the 2 score lines, and then we've got the 4 sections of the box plus the tab. So let's start by making our tab. And you're gonna take one of these smaller sections here and cut the score line off at an angle. And then same thing here. And then we'll cut out this corner. I missed you guys last week while I was at On Stage. But I brought back sneak peeks, so that's not too bad, right? Okay, so that's how we want our box to look. We've got our glue tab, and now we're gonna cut out each of the score lines on both sides. So I like to just cut the tiniest little angle cut and pull the score line out. I feel like my box comes together a little bit more tidy when I do it that way. Okay, and I should get the sample back in so you can see what I'm making, especially as people kind of come and go. All right, so that's what we're making. And then we're gonna flip this and do the other side. Nice, simple little box. All right. Now, adhesive for this. It's a paper box. We're going to use some fast fuse. And you want to fold the tab so that the outside is up, and run a strip of strong adhesive. So you could use a red liner or tearing tape. Okay. Then you'll go 1 score, 2 scores, fold up, and close your box. There it is. Pretty simple, right? We're almost there now. Okay, so then this, where the seam is, oh, I missed my seam pretty good too. Hold on. Take 2. Everybody pretend you didn't see that. Shh, don't tell. I am called, in some circles, the master of deconstruction. I don't know if you guys know that. Some of you do. Jackie knows that. All right, so take 2. I want a little more adhesive there, and I'm going to line this up more carefully this time. All right, so when you fold, you do want to make sure that the crease here where you've got your tab does line up with the edge of your box. So there. See? Much better on take 2. And you wouldn't even know that I messed it up. Well, it's live, so you know. All right, so then we're going to, the back of the box is where the seam is here. So we want to fold in the sides and then the back. And then on this tab right here, we're going to add some fast fuse. Look at that, it keeps picking up those little shreds. And with fast fuse, you want to pull towards you and then slide to the side to end it. Otherwise, you'll stretch the adhesive and it'll just run and run. All right, then down in here. All right. Now, let's do our little kisses. Put this aside for a second. So I got all these cuties. Let's turn them over because I want this pattern. Oh, that's cute too. Oh my goodness, so many cute ones to choose from. Oh wow. I've made a decision and I'm sticking with it. All right, so there's all the back sides, and I'm gonna take my multi-purpose liquid glue and just do the tiniest little bit. Do you see, just a circle? You don't need a lot because it's just gonna glue to the foil on the bottom of the kisses. I like to do them all at one time. Thank you, Betty. I'm glad that you could make it. Thanks for the comment. All right, so here is what you do. Just touch the kiss and pick it up. Sometimes I don't get them quite even, and then I have to slide them over, but they slide. See? Oh, see, there's a crooked one. Slide it over. Burnish it down. And it's a fun little surprise when they come tumbling out of the box that they have the little patterns on the bottom. Isn't that cute? All right. I think I'm missing one. I thought I counted them out right. We have a runaway Hershey kiss. Anybody see it? That one's got paper on the bottom. That one's got paper on the bottom. I think somebody ate one when I wasn't looking. Who did it? All right, don't worry, I buy the big bag. I got another one. All right, so there they are. Fun little surprise for your guests. I love that part. Look at how cute they are when they just fall out of the box and the papers are showing. All right, it's simple and it's a fun way to use up scraps. It doesn't take long either. All right, so this box holds 8 kisses. You could maybe even put 9 or 10 in there, but then it gets kind of heavy. So we're gonna close our box. We wanna be sure that we put the flap to the back. So we're gonna close that way. And then I'm going to bring in some garden green ribbon this time. So this is our little guy. Look at that, they're everywhere. Those little score lines. It wasn't you, huh, Jackie? Jackie's not here with me live today. 2 weeks ago, she was here with me live. Okay, so you see my ribbon is about, I don't know, maybe an inch, 2 inches longer than my box, and that turns out to be a nice length so that it can be untied and retied. And because that's the whole point, we want a box that'll open, and then after they get their goodies out at Christmas Eve, they can still take the box because you worked so hard on it. Well, not really. It's kind of an easy project, isn't it? Jackie, you're cracking me up, man. All right, so there's our pretty bow. Let's trim the tails here. Okay, see that some more have joined us. Don't forget about the online extravaganza. I think I trimmed that one the wrong way. Oh well, it's gonna be a special one. Starts Monday, 20% off select stamps, Monday only. And then through the 26th, there's bunches of accessories on sale. Maybe at the end I'll grab the list, but I will definitely be posting it on the blog today and on Facebook. Okay, so I've got scrap of white cardstock here in my little stocking. I don't know which one I love better. They're both so cute. All right. We've got real red ink and my little stocking. I just re-inked, so this is going to be a good-looking stocking. Meh, maybe it's not a good-looking stocking. It's got a line in it. We're going to stamp another one. Oh, now that's a good-looking stocking. Look at that polka dot stocking. Isn't it cute? Okay, then we need a green one. Let me wipe off the red ink, and we're going to do a garden green. Ooh, I'm making my camera jump there. I got a little close. All right, so real red out of the way, and let's get garden green. Okay, now this hang your stockings has a die set. So here's hang your stockings, and the dies are lost in my chaos somewhere. Seriously, if you guys saw this, you'd laugh. Here we are. Christmas stockings, then let's dies, and there is a little die that cuts out the stocking, but I feel kind of lazy to get the big shot, so I'm just gonna fussy cut. I'm gonna do a garden green and a real red, and then paper piece them together so I get a red, white, and green stocking. So there's my little garden green guy. Now all right, let's get those out of the way. It really is a pretty simple shape. I like that the die set has a whole bunch of different textured stockings that you can layer with the big ones. And then it's got all different cuffs, so they're really mix and match. It's a great die set and stands well by itself. But, and it does have this little stocking die that we could be using right now, except for the fact that I'm too lazy to go get the big shot. So we'll just do a quick little fussy cut. See, that's not too painful. And I'm going to cut off the toes and the cuffs from the green one. And then we're going to mix and match it. Now don't lose these little bits. Okay, so there's the toe. Does anybody else find it easier to stamp 2 images and then cut them up to make a multicolored image instead of trying to ink it with 2 different inks or trying to ink it with markers? I think it's easier to do the cutting than it is to try to ink the image with different colors. But I like to cut. I think it's therapeutic. All right, so we're almost done. We got the little heel here. I think I talked about this maybe even on Facebook Live last time. You notice that when I fussy cut, I don't move the scissors, I move the paper. All right, I need multi-purpose liquid glue. And my paper piercer. And touch the glue. And then I can pick up the pieces. You know what, I want a little bit more glue on these. There. It's warm in here today. My glue's drying really fast. Okay. Piece is too big, it won't pick up on the end of my paper piercer. There we go. And then that little guy. Isn't that cute? I love that little multicolor stocking. I love the polka dots too. I am a polka dot fanatic. All right, there's my little dude. And let's get this layered up and the little box embellished. All right, move this guy over. Put multi-purpose liquid glue on the back of my stocking. Now it's going to overhang our medallion here, so just put it right in the center. Don't go all the way to the top or down to the toe. And glue it on the little stitched. And then we need a couple of dimensionals here. I'll put one behind the stocking and adhere it to our little pinking circle. And then I'm going to take the dimensionals here and I'm going to use them to secure the ribbon to the box. So we want to go either side and then just secure the ribbon. So that way when your guest opens up the box to get the treats, they don't lose the ribbon. It's sandwiched in there. Peel off the liner paper and add your little medallion. There it is. There's my little cuties. I hope that you liked the project. I think they're going to look adorable on the table. And on top of it, everybody will take home a box that they can reuse. All right, so that's it. If you've got any questions about the project, got any questions about what's going on with Stampin' Up, we've got online extravaganza starts Monday. Check out kitchentablestamper.com for the printable flyer so you can start planning your savings now. Hey, I just saw Angela Kelly. Haha, thank you. Thanks for the thumbs up. All right. Anybody got any questions for me? Questions about Onstage, the new Occasions catalog, celebration? Join in Stampin' Up with the kitchenettes. I'm looking for 2 demonstrators to join us. All right. Well, I hope that you found this project inspiring. Maybe you'll make some for your Thanksgiving table or your Christmas table. If there's anything I can do to keep you crafty, email me, Marisa, at kitchentablestamper.com. All right, guys. Thanks for joining me. Have a great weekend.